Hi, and welcome to this video. We're showing you how you can enroll a cloud system into the Centrify Identity platform, specifically the infrastructure service. And the goals of this verification video are to make sure that our system enrolled in the Centrify Infrastructure Service, that we can get secure access without the need of external interfaces like public IP addresses, that we can secure a local credential for shared password management, and that we can join Active Directory. This is modular. That means that you can combine it with other activities like joining a zone. But we're keeping things light first so you can add additional modules. To make the most of this time, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I have my first system here. It's already running. And I'm going to go ahead to make the best of our time is I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say launch more like this. Basically, throughout the blog post, what we discussed was the PowerShell that was needed in order for you to put it in the user data field so you can achieve all these options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify the launch of 3 Windows instances, and we're going to go ahead and launch it. I'm going to pick my existing key pair, and that goes. So here's my expectation, right? And as you know, with Centrify, aside from the infrastructure vault-based capabilities, you have a powerful federation capability that allows you to not only get provision into AWS if needed, but also you can do role mapping at the web layer or even at the CLI level. But here's what we wanted to test, right? So here's my my first system. My first system is this one that ends in DF4. So what I wanted to test is to make sure that that we can jump into the system if needed. For example, in this particular case, I'm going to use an Active Directory credential. So this is going to verify that we can actually jump into the system if needed, right? Without the need of having public interfaces. The other capability that we want to test is to make sure that we can access a shared account. For example, I may access a shared account by logging in with it without having to be exposed to the password. In this case, I'm logging in as a local credential, right? At the same time, we also wanted to make sure that the system, when it joins, is joined automatically to a particular set. So notice that this machine belongs to this set. This allows for for a lot of the automation and making sure that things can be managed efficiently. And finally, let's just say in the area of password management, and let's take a look in here, that we can use, for example, the CLI toolkit here. For example, my account is called AWS admin, so it would be a get CIP account minus the resource name. In this case is AWS admin. I think I need to just the account name here. And this is going to check out the password for a minute. So this is very unorthodox because it's going to display the password on the screen here. But the key here is that you know that not only you can get the password via CLI, but should you need to, you can also check out the password over the web interface. So I can check it out as well. The issue here, typically you don't want to expose the password to the user. That's why getting secure access with the account is much better. But in the case of AWS, it's very unlikely that you'll need that. So let's just measure a little bit of our progress here. So we launched 3 instances. So let's do a refresh. So what's going to happen here, notice that I already have 2 more, and my expectation is that they join here. So we're missing a last one. And we can pick on any of those. So let's just pick on 1792 here. Let's see if it's already completed. So it's still going through the motions here, but once it's done doing all that, I should get the same experience across all of them. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. For example, if I wanted to verify that the machine completely joined the domain, um, I could do do a session here, and I'm actually being a little hasty here. It's possible that this is not going to work yet because it's still probably going through the motions. There you go. We have now 4 systems. They should be part of the sets here. Let's take a look at accounts. So notice that the AWS admin accounts are showing up slowly. So let's take a look at this one. So I can actually, let's see if I can log in. Should be able to log in, no problem, right? Um, let's take a look and see if I can log in with an Active Directory account. So this is the one that is 11B. So we're going to go over here and we're going to do enter account. So you never know with shared instances how time goes, especially if you unless you have a dedicated instance, which are more expensive. By the way, this you can do on any cloud. This is AWS right now, but you can do it in Azure or you could do it in Google Cloud Platform. It's pretty much the same. All you need to know is find your way around. For example, we use the parameter store and the key KMS service to store secure attributes here. Uh, we would need to find out what is the equivalent on GCP or Azure, right? The same thing with for example, the parameter store, um, uh, understanding how security groups work, right? So it's kind of translating all that knowledge out to another cloud providers. And again, so to summarize, what is it that we have accomplished, right? So we have launched 3 systems. There was an older one, in this case 4, to AWS. They all are now belonging to this group of systems. Um, we also vaulted different credentials, right? Local credentials that have administrative access for any shared access. We also I enabled the ability for us to work as a jump box. If you notice, the systems here have been onboarded with their private IP address. So we're using the connector infrastructure to reach them rather than exposing public interfaces. And ultimately, we can check out passwords through the CLI and also through the web portal. And I'm hoping that this video helps. And we're keeping up this series, and we're going to add all the use cases as it relates to Windows.